Well, it's cup final day. No suit. That's too cliche. That's almost a poem, isn't it? Let's see if my muse comes. Our opponents today are Trabzonspor. We've already won the Super Cup. Time for one more. Hello there, everybody. Merhaba arkadaşlar, and welcome to a new episode of Breaking the Big Three. It's episode 29. We're at the tail end of season 4. This is just going to be a one-game episode because that one game is the Turkish Cup final. With the league, we're still in it. We're in with a strong chance of the title. There are 2 games to go, so that's going to be the next episode, those final 2 games of the league season. But today it's the cup final against Trabzonspor. So let's have a look, first of all, at how the 2 teams got here. So here's our run to the final. We obviously had the Super Cup game earlier in the season, so we've picked up a minor trophy already. Now we're after one of the big ones. We got a bye to the 5th round as we were in Europe, albeit briefly. So we easily dispatched Genclerbirligi from the 2nd division. Gazishahir, it was all Super League teams from there. Gazishahir, of course, struggling in the Super League this season. It was quite easy to beat them. An epic tie against Besiktas. Very high-scoring, thrilling, attacking football kind of stuff. Although we probably should have done a better job of holding them off in that second leg. After that second leg, their manager Sergen Yalçın got sacked immediately after that game. And then they hired a new manager, and we unintentionally saved Besiktas' season, because under their new manager, Frank de Boer, of all people, they've gone on this amazing run. They've shot up the table. They've been the form side in the league over the last 10 games or so. So they can thank us for that. And then Galatasaray in the semi-final. So that away leg against Galatasaray is the only game we haven't won in this cup run. I'll show you. I did speak about that game in a previous episode, I think. I'm going to show you the second leg, which was played since my last episode. And just look at that. I mean, we had the away goal. They had to come and do something at our place, and they did nothing. We may have only won 1-0 in the end, but look at that. They had 3 shots, 0 on target. We completely dominated that game. I guess Galatasaray have got their eyes on the league prize because, of course, the 2 of us are going head-to-head for the title, so maybe they sacrificed the cup for that. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a bad night for us when we missed a penalty on 3 minutes, but Fatih Aktay got the goal midway through the second half, and we were in complete control. Galatasaray simply never threatened. And here's a look at Trabzonspor's run to the final. They also came in the 5th round due to them being in the Europa League. They've had an easier run to the final than us. They did knock out Fenerbahce, but of course Fenerbahce have been in poor form the last couple of seasons, so that's not quite the scalp that it would be in real life at the moment. Then Bursaspor and Kasımpaşa were their opponents in the quarterfinal and semi-final, and we can see there their away form was not so hot. They lost both those away games. They had an epic comeback win in their second leg against Kasımpaşa in the semi-final to set up today's game. So we've got to hope that this is a neutral territory. Of course, it's being played in Konyaspor Stadium. This happens in real life too, the Turkish Cup. It rotates around different venues in the country every season, which is a nice touch. So we'll have to hope that that's going to mean Trabzonspor replicate that away form rather than ride on a high of how they got here. So let's get into today's game. So here's the team I've picked for today. We've got the Hoff in goal, Lucas Claro and Yusuf. Sorry, I'm just going to change him over to central defender because that's more of his role. He's been in great form, so that's my current first choice centre-back pairing. Özgür is going to have to play at right back. Ahmet Oğuz, our first choice right back, is injured. He's going to be out for the remainder of the season. And the backup right back is a youngster. He's only just recovered from injury. He's kind of lacking in match fitness a bit, so Özgür will have to do at right back. Escobar at left back. Gökhan Gül, he's started to play in this defensive midfield role more. He was asking for more game time, and this is the best way to make sure he gets it. And then with the likes of Guideley and Kajar getting on in years a bit, it's good to try him out in that role. Isa and Samed in the centre of park. Evren and Holtman on the wings as always. Fatih Aktay, he's our most informed striker at the moment. He leads the line. So here's how we line up. Trabzonspor always do this against us. I haven't actually investigated enough to see if this is their regular formation or just how they line up against Genclerbirligi, but they always leave the central midfield area empty, so we'll be looking to have Samad Kilic and Kemal Issa exploit that. Okay, so team talk time. Let's have a look. It's a special day for the supporters. Let's go with that. That motivated a couple of them for once. Okay, that'll do. On to the tunnel interview. You've left Tarek Jalil out? Well, maybe because he's not a first-team regular. Why have you chosen Tarek's replacement? Did play Tarek in a couple of league games, and you'll see when we get onto the next league episode that there are very good reasons why I dropped him. I've complete faith in Fatih Aktay. Of course I do. He's our leading goal scorer this season. Anyway, let's see what we do. We are playing in our black. Oh, is this actually going to be a goal? Oh, very good chance. Instead of just your regular opening highlight of knocking the ball about a bit. Well, let's encourage the team from there. Holtman whips in across. Oh, very nearly got an early goal. And Holtman again. And there we go. Evren Şengül gets the goal after 3 minutes to set us on our way. Him and Holtman have been a revelation this season. It's really good, I think, when you've got two wingers working so well. And look at that. The initial chance gets kind of half cleared. Holtman just dinks in a little cross there. Evren volleys it on the far post. Lovely stuff. Yeah, so I think that goal puts Evren Şengül into second place in our scoring charts for the team this season. Him and Gerrit Holtman were tied on 10 goals apiece coming into this match, so that obviously puts him onto 11. Although Gerrit Holtman gets the assist. And speaking of Holtman, here he goes, charging down the wing, whips across him from the byline, and he lets Evren go even further ahead of him in the scoring charts. But we're not complaining. That was a very nice goal, and I don't know why my game is being jumpy like that. Don't know if anyone, I think I remember Stu is here. I was watching one of his videos the other day, and he was saying since that last little patch they did, he's been having a similar issue where the game kind of gets a bit choppy at times. It is quite annoying. But okay, what's not annoying is the scoreline here. We're 2-0 up, both goals coming from pretty much the same source. A Holtman cross and Evren at the far post. And here comes Holtman again. We got a quick break. He knocks an early ball across, switches it over. Evren now. And Holtman gets the goal. It wasn't exactly Evren setting Holtman up, but Evren was instrumental in that, and we are cruising here, ladies and gentlemen. We are cruising. So let's have a look at that. Fatih Aktay plays a nice ball through to Evren, takes it out wide. Fatih Aktay has his shot saved, and then it comes to Holtman, who's got a very easy job just to tap that into the net. All right, only 25 minutes gone, and we're 3-0 up. Plenty of time to throw this away, so we've got to keep that concentration up. In fact, I'll just tell the team that that's what I'm thinking. Okay, a quick Trabzonspor attack. Oh, they've taken a page out of our book there. Quick attack on the wing, and a guy's got in at the near post. It's probably just as well I tapped concentrate when I did. Have to make sure we don't let them score again before half-time, otherwise we're going to have quite the game on our hands. Okay then, here we go. 5 minutes to half-time. Can we keep it at 3-1? Come on, boys, get the ball off them. Ooh, was that off the bar, or was that a save from the Hoff? I think that was off the bar, judging by the angle. But yeah, that goal's obviously given Trabzon a bit of confidence. It's given them a way back into the match. But I think that's it for the first half. I'm going to have to go with a don't get complacent at half-time. I don't see any other option for the team talk than that. Because, yeah, at 3-1, it's very easy that they could think it's all over. Okay, so we start the second half then. I'm not making any tactical changes. I mean, we have dominated in terms of chances created. So no need to tweak around too much, as long as they don't tweak around too much. Rain has started to come down now in Konya as well. I'm not sure how much it would rain in Konya in May. But okay. I'm sure SI have done their weather research. Okay, ooh, crunching tackle from Issa from behind. But he does that a lot, and he usually gets away with it. Okay, Samad knocks one out to Holtman, who gets it to Fatih Aktay. There we go. That's got to be the game. That's got to be the game. The cup is coming back to Ankara. I think the last time Genclerbirligi won the cup was 2003, something like that. In real life, obviously. This is Football Manager 2018. Holtman, he's had a hand in every goal today, hasn't he? 3 assists and a goal himself. That is absolutely fantastic. Still going to tell them to concentrate. They don't want to think. We don't want them thinking this is all sewn up. We've got to punish Trabzonspor a bit more. Let's make for an emphatic victory. Okay, so what are we going to do here? I'm just going to bring on Van de Gen. I'm going to take off the guys who are on yellows where possible. I'll put Antov on as well. Okay, he can stay on that. I mean, he's not a natural in that position, but I'm going to switch Van de Gen over to a deep lying playmaker. Of course, this substitution not too important considering how much we're cruising, but you know, still want to give them a run out in their natural positions where possible. All right, then Trabzon. Yeah, if they score here, I mean, ooh, they've hit the post. And if they score there, that would set up a bit of a tense finish, potentially. But I'm going to let the clock run down a bit before I make my final substitution. Here we go. Free kick. Oh, Van de Gen with a chance to get his first goal for the club, but sends it over the crossbar. All right, then. I am going to bring on Ranti, I think. Let's give him... No, I'm going to bring on Yusuf Ajer, actually, because I was bringing him in for the cup games, and he was noted in the media before the match as being instrumental in our run this far, so I'll let him play the last couple of minutes of the final. Look at the fitness levels. I mean, did you see that there? Trabzonspor are absolutely knackered. I don't know if that's just their fitness or the fact that we ran them into the ground, but we've won it. There we go. The ticker tape comes down, the red and black ticker tape. There I am, dancing with the team. Genclerbirligi have won the cup. That's 2 trophies this season. We got the Super Cup and the cup. Now we've just got to see if we can win the league. Well, obviously we've got to tell them congratulations and enjoy the moment. Hopefully that's going to give us a confidence boost for the last 2 league games. So I'm going to give you a preview of the next episode now. Unfortunately, we are in second. We're in that position now where we're very much relying on Galatasaray slipping up. You know, they have to at least draw one of their final 2 games for us to have any chance of winning the title. When we're playing Kayserispor, who are not safe from relegation, Akhisarspor, who might be safe from relegation by the time we get to that match. We'll see. The problem is, though, our form. You'll see there have been 2 defeats there, so just to bring those matches up as a little preview. So I think the last match I showed on the channel was that 1-0 over Bursaspor. Then it was a bit disappointing. This is where the cup stuff came into play. I put out a bit of a second string team against Göztepe with that cup match in mind, and we drew. Luckily, Galatasaray drew in the same round of fixtures. We then stuffed Sivasspor 5-0, and then I thought we're going to win the title here very soon. Then Besiktas. I mentioned earlier that they... Excuse me. I mentioned earlier that they got a new manager, Frank de Boer. They'd been on a great run of form now. Wouldn't be too disappointed if we'd just lost the game like 2-1, but to lose 4-1, that was very disappointing. We kind of collapsed in the second half, and we were unable to pick ourselves up from that. Malatyaspor at home. Now that's a game that we should have won quite easily. But again, there was a second half collapse. I mean, you'll see from the stats that we were dominating the play, we just weren't getting our shots on target. Tarek Ceylan, they were asking me before the cup final, why is he not playing today? That's why. 6.1. He did nothing in that game. He did absolutely nothing. Ranti came on. Oh my God. And this is why Ranti was not playing in the cup final. He was on the pitch for 10 minutes and he missed 2 absolute sitters. So it was a very disappointing game all round. I'm going to have to look into bolstering the attack, I think, over the summer. So, yeah, Galatasaray capitalised. They picked up the wins in those matches, and that puts us in the situation we're in, where we're now a point behind, and we've got to rely on them dropping points somewhere. So if we have a look at their fixtures, is there any chance they're going to drop those points? Well, yes. They've got 2 away games. They're away to Sivasspor, who are down in trouble in the relegation zone, but Kasımpaşa, now that's the game where I'm hoping that they'll slip up. Kasımpaşa are 8th, so they're in decent form. I don't think Kasımpaşa have anything to play for. That's the only thing. They can't get into Europe from their position. They're guaranteed to finish 8th or 9th, so yeah, we just have to hope that Galatasaray bottle it there on the day. But that's going to be the next episode. At least today we won the cup. But let's see if we can make it a double. Join me for the next episode. If you've enjoyed that, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm Dodgy Gamer, and I'll see you again soon.